Hey there, welcome back. We are back from our first trip, and we wanted to let you know what worked well and what didn't work so well, and some mistakes we made. So stay tuned. So Flagstaff KOA was our first trip out. It was relatively close to home, and we felt like if something went catastrophically wrong, we were in reasonable striking distance for support. Luckily, none of that happened, but we did learn some key things.
Yep. Right out the gate, Michael was able to hook up the trailer with his truck without any help from me. It was about 112 degrees out. I don't do heat well at all. So he got it hooked up, ready to go. Out the door, we got down the street, and the first problem happened in our own neighborhood. Do you want to explain what happened?
Yeah, we're getting used to all these new things. We did install a brake controller. We did install a sway bar on our rig for safety, and we highly recommend both those. Separate videos coming. The brake controller, though, takes a little getting used to. So there's a digital readout on ours, and it looked like, we just kind of weren't sure what we should have been looking for, and we realized that it had to be, like, the lights had to be on for the brake controller to
We
work.
realized before we went up the hill we didn't have any brakes for the trailer. So that was the first problem.
Yeah, and it was good that we figured that out, like, just a couple blocks from home, right? And we just kind of stopped and just thought it through, right? Which is a key skill here. Anytime stuff goes wrong with your rig or your setup, don't panic, right? Just stop and check everything. I got out and checked our connector to the trailer and realized that it just wasn't shoved up in there far enough. And once we shoved it up in there far enough, then the brake controller read correctly and we had brakes on the controller, the little squeeze controller. So that was awesome. That was our first thing that we just learned out of the gate.
Yeah. The sway bar, it's a long drive to Flagstaff, probably 2.5 hours. Beautiful scenery. Busy roads, narrow roads, lots of truckers, and I think the sway bar really was a bonus feature.
Yeah.
I think Michael felt really comfortable driving. As a passenger, it felt like nothing was attached to the back of the truck at all. It felt really smooth.
Yeah, you really, we'll do a whole separate, some people have asked us what sway bar we have, and we'll do a separate thing on the sway bars. But the sway bars really, as trucks pass by you, there's all this air that kind of moves between you and the truck. And the sway bar allows your trailer to do this without moving your entire rig. So the Forerunner stayed pretty stable. We did a pretty, speed was kind of a concern. So we stayed 60 miles an hour or less. And I think that also helped as well. So really, really a fan of the sway bar. I think it really helped us.
Yeah. The next mistake that we made was when we were unhitching the trailer. I was visiting with the neighbor who was hanging out, telling us where he was from. And Michael pulled away, and the cable for the brake controller and the lights was still attached. And so not only did we disattach it rudely, the neighbor got a good kick out of it and said, well, there's a way to disconnect your cable.
So if you want to try it, feel free, but I wouldn't recommend it. A lot of those connectors, when you shove them up in there, they actually have the dust cover actually clips onto the connector, and so you run the risk of just tearing that off. Luckily, there was no damage to the Forerunner, Ruby, and she was great. Or the brake controller. It worked. We did test it immediately after. It worked fine. It worked on the way down. But don't do that.
Yeah.
And before this trip, we actually I'll share the first mistake that we really made and it was just me. As I was pulling the trailer into the driveway for the first time and trying to disconnect it, I was cranking my little support down in the front, and I had
The tongue jack?
I had the tongue jack. Thank you. I had pulled, the
Lever?
the latch that kind of goes over your ball. These are all technical terms. Latches over your balls, and
Shiny balls.
shiny balls, and I had pulled it, and then I was cranking, and what I noticed was I actually lifted the back end of my Forerunner completely off the ground, and I was like, what is this? And I'm like staring at it going, I pulled this thing. Well, it's not only a pull up, but it's a pull out. So pull up, pull out. That was the first lesson I learned. Once I pulled up and pulled out, I was able to get my shiny balls out of the tongue jack of the trailer. Yes, it gets bad.
Wow.
It gets bad.
Family show.
It is, but it is funny. That was actually the first mistake, but
Yeah.
never to be made again.
The next mistake was probably my fault because I got out of the truck to look at survey the site, like was recommended from all of our homework. And I pulled in the trailer with Michael and I guided him into the flattest spot, which was great because it was fairly level.
Yep.
We hooked up everything, and day 2, when we went to go hook up our sewer hose, we had to really stretch that sewer hose.
Had to stretch the hose
to make it work because I didn't think about that hose length, and it was pretty far back on our site, pretty far back from the water line and the electrical. So whoops. So when you survey your site, make sure you know where the sewer is, the water, the cable, and the electrical. So just that.
They do make extensions for those sewer hoses too, little like 10-foot extensions, and it might be good to have one depending on, you're kind of stuck. If we would have pulled further back closer to the sewer, we would have had to spend more time leveling our trailer. It wasn't necessarily level back there, so it worked out. It worked out good.
All right, things that did work. Let's move to the inside. So the things that worked well on the inside, these cutting boards, amazing. Not only did they work for just cutting, I was able to put one behind the sink up against the blinds, which was Michael's idea. Behind the faucet, because I noticed when I was washing dishes, water and food was splashing all over the mini blinds, which was a pain because now I had to clean up the window and mini blinds. They're also really handy for next to the stove against the wall that holds the fridge to keep that wall clean. Super lightweight and easy, super thin, can be washed and put away with everything else. So that was a bonus.
Good to hide from bears. Just stay behind it.
This we did not bring with us, but I got it today, and since I have it out, I want to show you. This is a cutting board that does fit over the 2-burner stove. I just went out and ran out and checked. It does not fit over the knobs, unfortunately, but it definitely clears the stove, and I'm going to keep it. I'll put a link on here for it, because I think it's where I want to keep my drying rack so that I have my open space on the counter free for other things. So stay tuned. The link will be there. Let's see. Also, what worked really well was saving one of these containers from my
half and half
creamer. Yeah, half and half. For eggs. I put a dozen eggs in here, and it only filled it up to about this line. Put it in the fridge. You don't have to worry about your eggs cracking or breaking. I just made sure it was really tight. We did go from like a 1,500-foot elevation here in Phoenix to about 7,000-foot elevation in Flagstaff. It didn't compress. The lid stayed on. No problems whatsoever. It was really easy. I just washed it with soap and water, and I'm going to keep it up. I'm going to keep using it for my eggs. What didn't work that I thought would work really well is making my pancake mix ahead of time and putting it in this little tiny baby container. I thought it would be cool because I thought I could wake up in the morning and make Michael cute little pancakes with the narrow tip.
Bear-shaped pancakes.
What I did is I put saran wrap in the lid, screwed it on to keep it airtight. That worked beautifully. I had no leaks until I got it open. Sunday morning when I went to go make pancakes, I took this lid off, I took the plastic off, put the lid back on, heated my grill, turned around, and pancake was just spewing out the top of it.
Volcano of pancakes.
Not only was the pancake spewing out, it was really thick. So, how I'm going to fix this is I'm going to get another one of these and label it pancakes. Make my pancake mix ahead of time, which was really well worth it because I didn't have to bring all that stuff. It was ready to go. Pour, eat, pour, cook, and eat.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get another one of these just for pancakes and make my pancakes ahead of time. I will also learn to leave a little room to add water when I get there to thin it out if it gets thick.
There is one brand of pancake mix that actually comes in a bottle, and all you do is add water to it. So if you went to the store, you could also get one of those. We tend to make a keto type of pancake that tastes really, really good.
Best pancakes ever.
Yeah, and it uses a different flour. And
Yeah.
we'll put a recipe out there. We're gonna start doing some camp recipes that we do, and we'll put that out there.
Yeah. The next thing on the list. What do you want to do next?
Can we do the mattress, because that was magical?
Well, wait. The actual mattress was not so magical.
Yeah, the teddy bear mattress was really more like a grizzly bear mattress. That mattress was not friendly at all. I tossed and turned. I think Jen did all right.
I actually slept okay. I like a firm mattress though, so it works for me. Michael definitely likes a softer mattress. He's more tender like that.
That's right. My baby back needs some rest. So we shared a video where we went and we got a Casa Luna 3-inch foam topper, and we
Target.
shared from Target, and we shared us kind of opening it up and putting it on there. When we tested the trailer at the RV site and also when we brought it home, we really didn't think that the mattress was that bad. I mean, we laid on it for 10, 15, 20 minutes. We were like, oh, this isn't that bad with sheets and stuff and a mattress protector, it'll be fine. It is not fine, at least not for us. So the only reason we got the Casa Luna that is from Target was that's just who happened to have it in that size that wasn't $400. So we spent the night on it, and it was amazing.
Okay, it was so amazing that after we filmed our video of us putting it on the bed, we quickly threw the sheets on and laid down and took a nap because it was that amazing.
It was awesome.
I do not like a super soft bed. I'm very much a firm bed person. Probably TMI, but I do have a hip replacement and I have some back issues from being a nurse for so many years, and I still like a firm bed. This was almost like you were floating in clouds. It was magical. I believe it was $179 at Target. And I'm sure we could have gotten it cheaper. I know we could have gotten it cheaper, but you know what? Comfort is worth the price.
On the mattress video, we actually linked to the one that most RVers use, which is a linen spa 3-inch gel. It's literally the same thing, just by a company called Linen Spa. Really highly rated. We have an Amazon link to it on that mattress.
Yep.
On that mattress
We
video.
just wanted
But
it now. We didn't want to wait.
it was amazing. So if you're getting your trailer, you're probably going to need either a new mattress or a mattress topper.
Yeah.
So
All right. A lot of people ask. I've heard lots of comments on the 17B Coleman site on Facebook about the fridge and freezer. The freezer worked amazing. I bought hash browns. Yeah, I bought hash browns, the O'Brien ones, the chopped with the onions and peppers, a big bag. I brought the entire bag. I put it up in the freezer along with my ice blocks for my coolers, and the thing was like a brick the morning I took it out to cook. So it kept it completely frozen. I did have the fridge and freezer set at 7, the highest setting, just because we had so much food and meat in the fridge. And the fridge did hold, we had several packs of fresh meat from the deli, from the actual butcher counter. Lots of cans and bottles for drinking, water, Gatorade, maybe some alcohol, Mom, sorry. Yeah.
extra can of bear repellent kept it cool.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, so I want to say that little fridge and freezer, it's got some good power. I was really impressed.
We've gotten a lot of questions about the refrigerator. Key points about the refrigerator. It is electric only. It is not electric and propane. One of the questions that we don't have the answer for was how long does it run on your battery? I've heard about a day and a half. The problem with that is if you're running your refrigerator, you're also running your gas leak sensor. You're probably running some lights. You're probably right. The more you run, the faster your battery is going to burn out. So it's not really a great fridge setup for a lot of boondocking. If you're planning to be out for a week or something, your fridge isn't going to cut it with that.
I would definitely use a generator to keep it going. I'm sorry to the person who asked, but I'm not willing to run my fridge and drain my battery yet. So just not there. Not there.
Yeah, we're babying her a little bit right now, and it's funny because we're seeing other folks that have joined our little community, sharing some of the things that they're doing, and some of y'all are ripping up your 17B already, and good for you.
The modifications are amazing.
Yeah, good for you. We had somebody tell us, hey, we're going to put a sink out there in the back bathroom, and they're just handy like that, and that's awesome. But we're just not there.
Okay, I have two more things I think from the inside. These little silicone, I think they're meant to be like salad dressing containers, were amazing. This is how I stored them. This is the syrup. I made one for each of us, and we only used a half of one. I did put it in a Ziploc bag because it was my first time using these. Super sticky, and I wanted to make sure that if they, for any chance, leaked, I wanted them to be protected. They did not leak at all. They're amazing, I have to say. I have one of them that has mayonnaise in them, one with mustard. They take up no space in the fridge. When I got home, they're also toys for Michael.
Fidget spinners.
Yeah. I have so many. Never mind. Anyways, I just took them out of the fridge and the cooler and put them in the garage fridge, ready for our next trip. The syrup will stay in the dry food until we get ready to go again, but highly recommend these. The other thing that I really liked, the bathroom caddy. I didn't take it out because it's really big and heavy, but in our bathroom episode, it talks about the shoe hanger over the door that I put all the bathroom stuff in. I literally have everything we could ever possibly need in that caddy. Yeah. And what made it really nice is that we were able to only pack our clothes in those clothing baskets that I have another episode about, carry them out to the trailer, drop them in one of the storage things, and we were able to hit the road. I mean, I think setting up our trailer to hit the road, I brought out the dry food, I brought out the clothes, and I brought out the bathroom hanger. I hung it over the door, we hit the road and left, and everything we needed was there. Our supplements, our medications. I mean, we're old, so we have that stuff. Toothbrushes, toothpaste. I will say the dollar store shower cap does not fit my head, and I have a small head. He has a big head, so it might only fit part of his. But anyways, it was really nice to not have to pack all my bathroom stuff. And the baskets that I have hanging in the bathroom stayed up the entire time, and it was nice because I was able to put some of my personal belongings up in there. Yeah, that's all I could think about for that.
The one thing that we did just order, and I'll put links down below, is stabilizers for the front. Jen talked a little bit about it in the first night episode. She doesn't seem to shake the trailer, but I do. So if you're in the back of the trailer that has stabilizers, the front does still wobble because you're just sitting on that one tongue jack. So, we're thinking we're just going to put the same type of stabilizers that are on the back. We're just going to put them on the front. Again, I'll link to that when we do it. We'll create an episode. We'll show probably my son Dylan and I installing them under the trailer.
It'll probably more likely be me and Hannah.
Yeah, and it'll be 106 when I do it. So that'll be fun to watch too.
I forgot something in the bathroom.
Oh no.
The shower seat. Okay, the shower seat. People talk about our shower all the time because it's super short, and like anyone who's of average size cannot fit in there. We are below average size, and we barely fit in there, but that little medical grade shower stool, fantastic. Yeah. I think it was our bathroom stayed completely dry. We had no water all over the floor. We didn't have water running out of the walls. It was worth every penny I spent on it. I think maybe it was like under $30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just literally laid it on its side between the tub and the toilet for the ride out and didn't budge.
That's awesome. We did do a lot of outdoor cooking. So we do have a Blackstone grill. That's a I'm trying
half griddle.
Yeah, it's half griddle, half barbecue. It's called the Tailgater. That's what it's called. And we'll have a setup video on the Blackstone out there. They were on sale at Camping World for like $200, literally. That thing was amazing.
Yeah.
We were able to cook everything that we wanted right on that grill, really strong heat and power. And we were able to use this little caddy that was kind of cool because it had our spatulas. It has, our grill cleaner, water bottle for any flare-ups, and we were able to put all our spices that aren't in there right now, and then obviously our griddle seasoning. If you're not familiar with cast iron, we have to season that. So, and it had paper towels, which we used quite a bit of. So this was really handy, and this was a Walmart purchase for like $7 or something.
Yeah,
It was
silly inexpensive.
cheap.
It goes up and down, actually. I have it on the lowest setting, so you can make it as tall as you want or as short as you want. And then I added the carabiners to the barbecue tools, which comes with the entire set, so they would hang and fit properly on the hooks on the sides. It was just nice to have paper towels outside to clean up the grill with and the griddle versus having to come in and out of the trailer.
Yeah. So that kind of sums it up. Few little lessons learned, right? Luckily, no real damage to the trailer, no damage to Ruby. Okay. I'll own this one because I just had to go Amazon myself.
It's convenient that you skipped over this.
Yeah, it's painful right now because I just had to order the replacement for it. So when you drain your hot and cold tanks right outside of your door to the right underneath your trailer, in the very back past your hot water heater, there's two little white plugs, and you unscrew them. Your hot water drains, your cold water drains, and I unscrewed them, and then I went and I proceeded to do the sewage hose, right? And I was working behind the trailer, and I said to myself, I have to remember before we leave to screw those closed. Yeah. I didn't remember to screw them closed, and on the ride home from Flagstaff to Phoenix, they decided to work themselves free, and they're missing. So as we get ready to go out next weekend, and we're looking over the trailer again just to safety check everything and make sure we got everything, I realized, oh, they're gone. So Amazon, about $7, you can get 12 of them. So I'll get them Friday, and I will screw them in and make sure they fit. Then I'll put a link down below to make sure that they're the right ones. And they're always good to have on hand in case you're like me and you forget to screw them in.
Yeah.
But other than that, little minor things. Luckily, all $5 and under mistakes except the mattress topper, which we love. If I could sleep in the camper.
Oh, you can.
Okay.
You can.
Yeah.
You can
Maybe
sleep in
I'll
the
start
camper.
sleeping in the camper. So luckily those are kind of our lessons learned, and I think next trip will be better, and then as we keep going out, it'll just get better and better.
Next trip is next weekend, Sedona, Oak Creek Canyon, with all the kids.
Not all the kids. 2 of the kids.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, thanks, guys.
Appreciate
Subscribe.
it. Subscribe. Helps us out.
Yep.